Hey everyone, Jason here. For having a YouTube channel that's about car stuff, product reviews, and garage life, I haven't done a whole lot of garage upgrade videos. Well, that's going to change with this one. Stick around. I'm a firm believer that an organized garage is an efficient garage. And when I have my garage door open, which is pretty often, people who drop by tell me that they envy it for the organization, which quite honestly lets me know that I'm doing it right so far. But it wasn't always that way. My garage used to be typically like a lot of people's, and maybe yours. Parts and tools and stuff everywhere. I mean, how much time have we all wasted looking for something that I just had in my hand a minute ago because it gets misplaced or lost in the clutter? I got tired of that and I started making steps to get more organized here in my garage. And as part of that, I did what lots of people do. I went to my local hardware store, bought some cheap pegboards, slapped it up on the wall, and started hanging stuff on it. But that doesn't always stand the test of time. Now you notice that I don't currently show much of my workbench area, which is just behind my camera, in my videos. That's because my workbench and the wall behind it just isn't exactly impressive. And it's certainly not worthy of highlighting on a YouTube channel called In Jason's Garage. But I'm going to change that. This is my main working area here in my garage. This is where I do recording of most of my YouTube videos right here on this channel. And you don't see too much of it just because, well, it's pretty sparse, it's pretty small. I only have a small workbench right here and a homemade pegboard back there. But I think I'm going to do something about it, and I think I'm going to start with making the workbench area better. There, that's better. I picked up this 8-foot long Husky workbench over the holidays, and it is literally twice as big as the folding workbench that I had bolted to the wall there. And now I've got plenty of room to do my product reviews and my projects, to edit my videos, and just get a lot more work done. I've got a lot more space, and it's exactly what I needed. Now, let's talk about this pegboard right here. This is something that I made when I first moved into this house. I just used some furring strips and some of this, the standard wood pegboard that's pretty flimsy. And after a while, these things just don't last. Like you can see the holes start to get worn out, or you got to start using these clips like right there. In fact, they don't even do a good job because it's falling out. There. So this homemade thing was just meant to be temporary. It's always been a pain, so I started doing some research on some better alternatives. And when I was at the SEMA show in Las Vegas last November, I saw a display by a company called OmniWall. And as soon as I saw it, I knew it was exactly what I needed for my garage. The features and quality are unique and most of all, flexible, efficient, and functional. Again, exactly what I needed. I took some measurements of my workbench wall area, got on their website, ordered up a kit. Let's check out the details. All right, here they are, how they showed up, packaged pretty securely. I did some research, and OmniWall is a division of a company called Noble Industries, and they're a metal fabrication company, and they've got about 50 years of experience. And the president of Noble Industries had the same issues I mentioned before, so he decided to start another company to build a better wall organization system for tools. So let's get these out of the box and take a look at what makes them different. Now the panels are made out of 18 gauge steel, and they currently have 4 different sizes. Plus they've got the capability to make custom sizes if you need them to. And they come in 6 standard colors of white, silver, black, blue, red, and orange. Now I got silver to match the rest of my garage cabinets. And the neat part about these things is they can be used vertically or horizontally due to the universal design here. The mounting design is patented, and it's a secure system that I'm going to demonstrate in a minute. But most 1/4-inch standard pegboard accessories will work with them. So if you got a special standard pegboard hook, you can still use it with an OmniWall panel. And now let's talk about those accessories. I think this is the part that I like the most about OmniWall, the range of smart accessories for just about anything you need to hang in your shop. And there's a lot of choices. Hooks and shelves and air tool and hand tool, mounting accessories, and even specialty tools. There's actually currently over 50 accessories, most available in the colors that I mentioned before, and they're adding more all the time. In fact, they just added a very cool socket holder since I placed my order, so I might be placing another order soon. So let's talk about what I ordered for my use. So with over 50 accessories to choose from, it's actually kind of hard to figure out what you want without going crazy on it. But I want to show you just a few of the things that I picked up, starting with the basics. For example, a tool cradle. Hammer would fit in there pretty dang nicely. Or a plier and clamp holder. You know how that works. And then they offer different sizes of these. They call these impact shelves, and they hook in, and of course it's got nice holes for cords if you need to. And the neat part about most of these accessories is that they're all made of 16 gauge steel, and most of them are made out of one solid piece. Here's another type of shelf I picked up. This is an all-purpose shelf, and you see it's got the mounting points in the front so you can actually build onto it. They also offer stuff that makes a workshop complete, like bins that can fit on front of a shelf, or even a magnetic LED light that's rechargeable and definitely magnetic. Pretty strong. Paper towel holder to replace the crappy Harbor Freight one that I've got that keeps falling off every time I go to reach for a paper towel. They even have surge suppressors with the USB port, which you can actually use to charge the light. And I think one of my favorite accessories for an OmniWall panel, a pint glass holder. But what good would a pint glass holder be without a bottle opener? They thought of everything. Now let's go back to the accessory mounting design, and I want to show you how the accessories connect securely. Each OmniMount accessory has this style of tab system where you have a top tab and a bottom tab that locks in. And this is how they go in. And then it just locks into place. See the exposed hole there? Now, if you've ever worked on a car before, you've probably seen one of these before, a push-pin body panel clip. In fact, a lot of you probably have a parts bin full of them, and there's a reason why they're on so many cars is because they work. And that's what OmniWall uses to secure the accessories to the panel. And that way, it's not coming out. There's actually two different styles of Omni clips, the one I showed you and this kind, the standard Christmas tree style. And you would use those for things like that. Now you're probably wondering how it all attaches to the wall. Well, just as ingeniously as the rest of the system. These are top and bottom cleats that the OmniWall panel mount to. The top one is a little different than the bottom one in that it's got this little offset, so the cleat can sit right behind it up flush against the wall. The bottom one, however, sits on the bottom side of the panel, so the panel slides right into this portion here and not on the other side. And these slots that you see here run the entire length of each cleat, and they're that way so you can either mount into drywall or directly into a stud in the wall, and you get plenty packets of these, the drywall anchors and the screws that would go with them, or you just obviously just use the screws if you're going directly into the studs. So once you get the cleats mounted to the wall, you secure the panels to the cleats. How would that happen? You guessed it, by using the same clips I showed you before. Pretty ingenious, huh? So now you know how they mount to the wall. It's time for me to pull down my old pegboard and put up the new OmniWall hotness. Let's go. After removing my old homemade pegboard, I found the midpoint between the top of my workbench and the bottom of my cabinets, and I measured 8 inches up because that is half of the 16 inches tall that the panel is. Leveled across, put a screw there and a stud and a screw there and a stud, and the top cleat of my first panel is done. You just hang the panel and temporarily locate it with the clips, and then do the same with the bottom cleat. And that way, it tells you exactly where you need to draw your line and mark for your studs. And here we are, top and bottom cleats installed. I do have a third set in case I ever want to move my computer monitor, but I'd also have to relocate that power plug, so that's going to be another project. But for right now, it's ready to have the panels put in. Before I put the panels up, there's one more piece of ingenuity that I wanted to show you. When you have two adjacent panels like this, you connect them together using these double-sided panel clips. Now let's recap real quick. I've got the top and bottom cleats secured to the wall. I've got the panels on each cleat set, and those are secured with the Omni clips. And then I got thinking, I've got that third panel that I was going to eventually install behind my computer once I relocate the power outlet. And then I realized because of the flexible nature of OmniWall panels, I could just expand to the right, and that's exactly what I did. Now, I've got the 3 panels lined up. Now comes the fun part, installing the OmniWall accessories and getting organized. Installing the accessories is pretty fun. It took me a few tries to kind of get things where I want it, and I'm not even sure if it's exactly where I want it for right now, so I didn't put the push pins in just yet. But here's what I got laid out. I've got my power supply here. I did keep this as a leftover from my previous pegboard just because I use it all the time to hold my tape measure as well as my pens and whatnot. Stuff like my screwdrivers and scissors, of course, the pint glass holder, bottle opener, my safety glasses, magnifying glass that I need once in a while, and some tools that I use often. And then I got the shelves for things that I just grab quite often, you know, general stuff, my camera equipment and more tools here, my car care section here where I keep most of my most used stuff that I hang on to, and of course microfiber towels here, my power drills, my hammers, the cleaning station if you will, and another power strip to power my power supply that I use for LED testing. So overall, it came together pretty nicely. I'll probably configure them a little bit more later on as my needs change, but that's once again the beauty of it. It's really configurable. Super happy with this. The quality is incredible. I've been using my OmniWall system for about a week now, and it's just so much better than what I was using before. I can keep more things in easy reach when I need them. You can grab a tool and use it without having to worry about the hook falling out or the peg ripping right out of the pegboard. Plus, it just looks awesome. It really makes my garage look more efficient and more organized because it is. This is one of the best things I've done for my garage so far. And I love the fact that the parts are made in the USA, right in Nolensville, Indiana. Now you can head over to OmniWallUSA.com, spec out a workshop wall storage system that's perfect for your needs, and they have pre-designed kits to make things easy as well. A couple other things. If you have an idea for an accessory, you can fill out the form on their website, and if they create it, you get a $100 gift card from them. And they also have a program where if you refer a friend, you both get a $20 off coupon. Now, since I consider you all my friends, you can use the link in the description and get your 20 bucks off too. This is one of those things that makes me say, I really wish I did this a long time ago. I think the only issue that I have is after doing this now, if I see an open space on my wall in my garage, I want to put an OmniWall panel on it. And because the OmniWall system is easily expandable, it's probably going to happen. Thanks as always for hanging out in my garage with me. Subscribe and stay tuned for more garage upgrades, plus the usual product reviews and car stuff and more. Ah, and I almost forgot about one thing that I've been looking forward to throughout this entire project.